Hi, I'm Ray. Well, I'm in the jungle, which is the grapevine, and this is growing quite crazy now. We're in June, July, and it's sending out loads and loads of growth. But what do we need to do to prune during the summer? So my grapevine is in the polytunnel, the roots are outside, and then we're growing off a main stem which has various spurs coming out. So if we can see this spur here, it comes out, there's one lot of grapes just here, and then there's a second bunch. But this second bunch is not going to grow, so we just need to remove the stem right by the first bunch. So that's not going to grow into a bunch of grapes, so we need to remove this. So we're going all through our plant, removing any bunches of grapes that are not going to grow. Cutting off the dead ones. We're going all the way through, checking. We've got a bunch of grapes on this spur and then loads of green afterwards. So we're going to cut straight after the bunch. We don't need all this green, it's just going to spread and just cause lots of mess. So it takes quite a while just to go through looking at our bunch, and we snip. So this has got 1, 2, 3 bunches of grapes. These are never going to develop, so on the one spur we just have one bunch of grapes. So let me show you on this one. You can see we've got a spur coming out. We've got 1, 2 bunches of grapes. So this one's never going to develop. We want this one to fatten up, so we're going to cut just after the bunch. And again with this one, cut after the bunch of grapes, and then we're removing all of this. That can be planted up again. We're also looking at the base of our grape, and it's sent out all these long runners, and they're just not going to do anything, they're just going to damage the plant. So I'm just removing all these long ones from the bottom. It'll take a while to go through the whole plant, but it's worth it. We want the energy in the grapes and not lots of greenery. So there's all this, no fruit, just not required. We've got a stem coming out here, we just don't need that. So we're going to remove all of that. And we're so looking better already. Concentrate on the fruit and not on the leaves. We've got some shoots coming out the bottom. We don't need them. There we go. It's a bit vigorous, but it's going to look after the plant in the end. So there we go, another shoot sneaking up there, look. Not needed. There we go. So we look at our plant, one set of grapes, snip. Another set of grapes, just cutting away. Don't need that. No grapes on that one. Just going through, cutting away. There we go. So we've got to go all the way down this plant. Chopping away. So we've got a bunch of grapes here and we've got this shoot coming out. So I'm just going to cut. We're ending up with a big pile. This one here has got 1, 2, 3 sets of grapes, and as well as the one here. We don't need all that, so we're going to cut all that off. We're getting a big pile. I'm going to go all through, just cutting. There's some lovely looking grapes. Lovely. Going all the way through. It's looking better already. Okay, so getting in there, having a look what we got. Just sit back. There we go. Want to have it here. Everywhere you look, you see a different angle. Look at different angles, you can see. And then you see the lovely grapes hanging down. Once they're cleared, looking really good. Look at this shoot. It goes all the way down to the ground. We don't want it to produce energy into growing any more leaves. We want it just to focus on this one bunch of grapes. So we're just going to make a snip just there. So this one has got one bunch of grapes. So we just snip. And now all this can be into the compost bin. So we take a close up at this spur here. We've got a lovely bunch of grapes. We've got a second one, and then we've got a third one. So it's a bit of a heartbreaking moment, but we just cut away. And then I can concentrate on fattening up these lovely grapes. So now after our prune, we can see we've got a bunch of grapes and we've pruned the long shoots. We can go along now, look, shoots, and we can see all our fruit. It's a lot tidier and it's not going to send so much energy out. We've kept this long shoot just so we can continue it down the polytunnel. I don't know how far we need to go down because we are quite far as it is. So still a bit more thinning out, but now you can see by just a bit of summer pruning how these grapes are going to benefit. Look at these. So this one, we're running right down to the tunnel and we're just wrapping it around this rope. We could add a cable tie, and once we get to the end, we're just going to chop off the end to call it a day, remove the tendrils, and that's going to stop that growing for the rest of the time. And this is going to be a new woody shoot. This is the last year's where it ended, and we've continued to grow the continuing ones down. So that'll be next year's new shoots. And we've done the same this side. And we're going down, we cut off the tendril. We're just going to wrap this round the string there so it can continue growing down. And there we go. So we'll be left with lots of shoots, but it's going to be beneficial for the plant to keep it growing, to keep those buds bursting out. So I hope that helps in your summer pruning of your grapes, and can't really wait, looking forward to these grapes bursting with lovely fruits. So thanks for watching, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, ring that bell, get notifications when I post some more, and watch this video above, as YouTube will think you're interested in this subject. So cheers for now, carry on pruning.